The history of Yorkshire, a deep dive into England's historic county. Welcome to our deep dive into the history of Yorkshire, one of England's most storied and vibrant counties. From its ancient roots to its role in the Industrial Revolution and beyond, Yorkshire has played a significant role in shaping English culture, society, and economy. Join us as we explore the early history, key events, influential figures, and the enduring legacy of Yorkshire. Early history and prehistoric Yorkshire. Yorkshire's history dates back thousands of years, with evidence of human habitation in the region as far back as the Mesolithic period, approximately 10,000 to 4,000 BCE. Archaeological finds, such as flint tools and burial mounds, indicate that early settlers inhabited the area. During the Bronze Age, c. 2500–800 BCE, the region saw the construction of impressive monuments, including stone circles and burial sites known as barrows, like those found at Thornborough Henges in North Yorkshire. The Iron Age in c. 800–400 BCE brought the arrival of Celtic tribes, notably the Brigantes, who established hill forts as defensive structures, such as the one located at Castleford. The Romans invaded Britain in 43 CE and subsequently made significant contributions to Yorkshire's development. They established the city of Eboracum, now known as York, which became one of the most important Roman settlements in Britain. The city served as a major military fort and administrative centre. The remains of Roman structures such as the walls, temples, and an extensive network of roads like the Via Praetoria still exist today, showcasing the lasting impact of Roman rule. The Anglo-Saxon era and Viking invasion. After the fall of the Geats-Kalia Roman Empire in the early 5th century, Yorkshire became home to various Anglo-Saxon kingdoms. The region was part of Northumbria, one of the most prominent kingdoms, which was known for its cultural and religious development. York, as a centre of Christianity, had important establishments such as York Minster, constructed during this era, which remains a significant architectural and cultural landmark. By the 8th century, Viking raiders began to invade Britain, with Yorkshire becoming a primary target. The Vikings established the settlement of Jorvik, now York, which became a bustling trading centre and an important hub for Norse culture. The city's name, derived from the Old Norse Jorvik, reflects its Viking heritage. Archaeological discoveries at the Coppergate site in York have uncovered valuable artefacts from this period, including the famous Jorvik Viking Centre, which draws visitors to explore the Viking era in Yorkshire. The Norman Conquest. The Norman Conquest of 1066 marked a significant turning point in Yorkshire's history. Following the defeat of King Harold II at the Battle of Hastings, William the Conqueror established control over England, and Yorkshire played a crucial role in this transition. William commissioned the construction of numerous castles throughout Yorkshire to assert Norman dominance, including York Castle, built in 1068. The imposing Clifford's Tower, a part of the castle, still stands today as a reminder of the Normans' military presence. The Domesday Book, compiled in 1086, documented landholdings and resources in Yorkshire, providing a valuable historical record of the time. It noted the wealth and agricultural productivity of the region, highlighting its importance to the English economy. Over the following centuries, Yorkshire became known for its contributions to agriculture, particularly in wool production, which became increasingly important to the economy of England. The medieval period and the Wars of the Roses. The medieval period saw Yorkshire emerge as a significant political and economic centre. The 14th and 15th centuries marked the height of the wool trade, with Yorkshire producing high-quality wool that was in high demand across Europe. Towns like York and Ripon became significant trade centres. During the latter part of the medieval period, Yorkshire became embroiled in the Wars of the Roses, a series of civil wars for control of the English throne between the rival houses of Lancaster and York. The conflict deeply affected the region, as many of its leading noble families fought on both sides. Key events in this struggle include the Battle of Towton, 1461, fought near Tadcaster. This battle was one of the largest and bloodiest of the Wars of the Roses. It concluded with a decisive victory for the Yorkists and solidified Edward IV's claim to the throne. The Siege of York, 1461. Following Towton, York suffered under siege, and its citizens faced severe hardships. The eventual royalist defeat helped shift the power dynamic in the north. The Wars of the Roses greatly influenced Yorkshire's political landscape and left a legacy of enmity and allegiance that shaped the subsequent Tudor period. The Tudor and Stuart periods. The Tudor period, beginning in the late 15th century, marked both challenges and changes for Yorkshire. The dissolution of the monasteries under Henry VIII during the 1530s saw many religious institutions, which had been central to the community, disbanded. Notable monasteries, such as Fountains Abbey, were dissolved and their properties seized. Yorkshire's involvement in the English Civil War during the 17th century further defined the region's history. Cities like York were divided between royalists and parliamentarians. Key events include the Siege of York in 1644, a significant confrontation that saw parliamentarian forces capturing York from the royalists. The siege cemented the ruin of royalist hopes in the north and led to much hardship for its citizens. Prominent figures from Yorkshire during this period included Mary, Queen of Scots, who was imprisoned in Sheffield Castle, and Sir Thomas Fairfax, a prominent parliamentarian commander originating from the region. The Industrial Revolution. The 18th and 19th centuries brought about monumental changes to Yorkshire with the Industrial Revolution. The region became a leading centre for textile manufacturing, particularly wool production. Key developments. The mechanisation of the textile industry revolutionised production processes. The invention of the spinning jenny by James Hargreaves and the power loom transformed textile production and increased output. Economic growth. Towns like Bradford and Leeds grew rapidly, becoming major industrial hubs. Bradford, known as the wool capital of the world, thrived on wool processing and textile manufacturing, while Leeds emerged as an important centre for trade and manufacturing. Railway expansion. The introduction of the railway system in the mid-19th century connected Yorkshire's cities to the rest of the country, facilitating trade, transport, and the movement of people. The Leeds and Manchester Railway, completed in 1849, was particularly significant for industry. The Industrial Revolution also led to significant social changes, including the rise of the working class and labour movements, poor working and living. Conditions in rapidly industrialising towns spurred social reform and heightened political consciousness. Modern Yorkshire. In the 20th century, Yorkshire continued to adapt and evolve. The two world wars had a profound impact, with many Yorkshire men and women serving in the armed forces. The aftermath of the wars brought economic challenges, particularly as traditional industries faced decline. In recent decades, Yorkshire has redefined itself, embracing cultural and economic diversification. Cultural renaissance. Cities like Leeds and Sheffield have transformed and diversified their economies, growing in sectors such as finance, technology, and education. The arts have flourished, with cultural institutions like the Yorkshire Sculpture Park and the National Science and Media Museum in Bradford attracting visitors. Tourism. The natural beauty of Yorkshire including national parks like the Yorkshire, Dales and the North York Moors, has made it a popular destination for tourists. The region is famous for its picturesque landscapes, quaint villages and historic landmarks, including York Minster and the Bronte Parsonage Museum in Haworth. Civic pride. Yorkshire boasts a strong regional identity, reflected in local pride, and the saying, "God's own county." This pride is exhibited in sporting events, particularly in cricket and football, with notable teams like Yorkshire County Cricket Club and Leeds United FC. The legacy of Yorkshire. Yorkshire's legacy is marked by its contributions to English culture, history and identity. Key highlights include historical figures. The region has produced notable historical figures, including the Bronte sisters, who authored classic literature, and philosophers like John Stuart Mill. Cultural institutions. Yorkshire's rich history is celebrated through museums, historical sites, and active efforts to preserve its heritage. Events such as the Great Yorkshire Show showcase the agricultural heritage of the region. Ongoing influence. The impact of Yorkshire on English culture, industry, and politics is a vital part of its identity, influencing contemporary expressions of regional pride and identity. In conclusion, the history of Yorkshire is a tapestry woven from ancient roots, significant events, cultural evolution, and industrial change. From its early prehistoric settlements to its role as a powerhouse during the Industrial Revolution and its status today as a vibrant region, Yorkshire stands as a testament to the complexities of English history. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of Yorkshire's rich history. We hope you gained deeper insights into this fascinating county and its enduring legacy. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Until next time.